Local presents Filing a Tax Return, a training video containing a step-by-step guide for completing and filing a tax return using FileLocal.
Let's get started. Go to www.filelocal-wa.gov. First, log in to FileLocal using the username and password you have already set up. If you haven't set up a user account, you will need to do so before you can file a tax return. You can find instructions for setting up a business account in the training video FileLocal Basics. For instructions on setting up and using a tax preparer account, watch the Tax Preparer training video.
Once you are logged in, click File a New Tax Form under My Tax Forms on the left side of the FileLocal homepage to begin. Filing a tax return is a multi-step process. We will take a look at each step individually. Step 1 is selecting the tax return to file. This step will include selecting the filing period, the form you want to file, and the business location you're filing for. First, choose the filing period. For quarterly returns, be sure to select the last month in the quarter: March, June, September, or December. For annual returns, select December of the appropriate year. Then select the tax form you want to file. The name of the tax form includes both the city you need to pay and the type of tax you are paying, such as business and occupation, which you will see abbreviated as B&O. Available tax types may vary from city to city. Remember, you set up tax forms as a part of account setup. If the form you want to file is not listed, you may have selected the wrong filing period, or you may not have completed tax form setup. There is a link below the tax form field that lets you go into tax form setup if needed. Then select the business location. Again, you should have set up your business locations during account setup. If the location you need is not listed, you can add it using the link provided below the location field. Click the Next button to continue. Step 2 is preparing the tax form. The portal will display a blank tax form for you to complete. Notice the filing period and city you selected are displayed at the top of the page. Just fill in the blanks and complete any necessary worksheets by clicking the worksheet icon. FileLocal will automatically calculate the totals for you. Keep in mind, you can save your tax form at any point, and we will store it for you in the Activity Center. Enter the gross receipts for each tax classification applicable to your business. Then enter any deductions. When you click the Deductions field, a list of allowed deductions will appear. Enter the amount for each deduction you have. You might not have an amount for each listed deduction. If that's the case, you can just leave that line with 0. When you click or tab away from the deductions list, FileLocal will automatically collapse the deductions list, total the deductions you entered, and subtract that total from your gross sales amount to get your taxable revenue. The tax rate is shown for each tax classification on the tax form. Your taxable revenue is multiplied by the tax rate shown to get the tax amount due. Repeat that process for each tax classification that applies to your business. If you need to complete an additional worksheet, just click the appropriate worksheet icon. Here we have the Multiple Activities Tax Credit Worksheet, or MATC. When the worksheet launches, just follow the on-screen instructions and click Continue when finished. We will close the worksheet and transfer the appropriate totals over to the main tax form. If you need the Service Income Apportionment Worksheet, click the worksheet icon on row 5 of the upper portion of the main tax form. When the worksheet launches, answer the questions provided, and then the remainder of the worksheet will display. Fill in the blanks to get the total from the worksheet. Notice that some fields will be grayed out, either because the information is pre-populated from data you've already entered, or because the value is being calculated for you. When finished with the worksheet, click Continue to save the information, and go back to the main tax form. Your answers to the square footage questions may require you to complete the square footage business tax worksheet. If the square footage worksheet icon is displayed, click it to launch the worksheet. Again, fill in the blanks provided and click Continue to save your work and go back to the main tax form. Keep in mind that the worksheets available on your tax form may vary from city to city. If your tax return is late, you will notice we calculate any applicable penalties and interest for you. Please remember you can always save your tax return to complete or file at a later time. File Local will save the form in the Activity Center. However, if you want to file your return today, click the Next button. This will take you into Step 3, Filing and Paying for your tax return.
File Local will place your tax return here in the payment cart. You can still save the tax return or any other item in the payment cart to pay at a later time by removing it from the payment cart. Of course, any items you remove will be stored in the Activity Center. Keep in mind, your payment cart can contain a variety of items, including tax forms, general business license applications, or license renewals. You can keep adding items to the cart and pay for them all together when you are ready. Just click Ready to Pay when you want to make a payment. This concludes the step-by-step guide for completing and filing a tax return through File Local. Thank you for watching. Please check the File Local YouTube channel for other training topics. If you have any questions or need further assistance, contact the File Local support team.